We're going to track TEMU orders from any country. First of all, let's go to the top right, where our name appears once we've already placed our orders. In this case, I've already placed these orders. In fact, these have already been delivered, but I'm going to show you how it looks once you've, let's say, made a purchase and you want to know where your order is, and also how it appears at the end so you can tell if it's been delivered or not. Now let's click over here where it says tracking, and this is how the order appears as soon as it's shipped to you. So let's do something important here. Let's zoom in here so we can see better. And this is how it shows up. This was the day I made the purchase. So it shows order sent, then order successfully paid, then it's being packed, waiting for shipment, and so on. Now remember that when you make a purchase, I'm going to open a new tab here. For example, let's say I buy this. When you make a purchase, you'll always see a delivery date. So it'll always show you that it arrives on a certain day. For example, here it says the fastest delivery is between 5 and 11 business days. That's why you have to wait this amount of time. And here it tells the latest delivery date is this right here, July 8th. So if it arrives after July 8th, they'll give us a credit. Depending on the country you're in, the credit might be different. It could be less or it could be more. In this case, in the United States, it's $5. Now let's go back here to the tracking page and do something important. When they tell you that your order has been paid for and is being packed, a tracking number will show up here at the top. You'll see the name of the company shipping your order and then the tracking number. We're going to copy this tracking number and take note of the company's name. For this, just take the company name that appears here, open a new tab, and type the company name followed by the word tracking. And let's search for it. It will always show up here. So just click here it says track my package. Here we're going to enter the tracking number. Click on track and look, it already loaded here. Here it is. It's been delivered to me. So with this one, I don't have any problem anymore. But why do I say it's better to look it up here? Because sometimes here you get more details than what shows up on TEMU. So what you're going to do is copy that tracking number and go to the website of the company that's going to deliver your order. And that way you'll get more details. Because sometimes it's happened to me that, for example, on TEMU it shows that the order is waiting to be shipped. But then I check on the shipping company's website and it says the order has already been sent and is on its way. So sometimes what shows up here is different. And TEMU sometimes has delays, let's say, in providing information, which means we're not always completely up to date. Now, there's an extra problem, and that's when, for example, I come in here and there are times when you go to the shipping company's website and you can't find anywhere to track or follow your order or anything like that. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to open a new tab, and I'll leave this link in the description for you. You're going to go in. These are the best websites for tracking AliExpress orders, but they work for tracking on TEMU. Let's open them. The first website is this one right here. Here, we're just going to paste the code, the same code we got from TEMU, and simply click where it says track shipment. And look, it's going to load here and this information will show up. Why am I telling you this? Because sometimes more information shows up here than on the company's own tracking page or even on TEMU itself. So it's important to check directly from this platform. Because like I said, sometimes the information appears here first and you can keep a closer eye on things. Now, if this one doesn't work for you, let's move on to the next one. The next one is this one right here. For this one, we just go here again, enter the code, click where it says track, and wait for it to load. Once you click here, it loads the information again. And as I said, sometimes more or less information might show up. So I recommend you take your tracking code and go through each page to see which has up-to-date information. Because in my case, it will show up on all of them since the order has already been delivered. But this is useful when your order hasn't been delivered and you want to track its way. Now we're going to go to the last page, which is this one over here. And I especially recommend this one when you're ordering directly from America, whether it's from the United States, Canada, or Latin America. So what are you going to do? You're going to click where it says tracking, paste the code again, and in the same way, just check the status of your order to see if it has arrived or not. And it works the same way as it does with the other pages. So this is how we can track our orders simply using these platforms. And if you notice, like I said, here on TEMU you'll see a lot more information about when your order was delivered. But what I just showed you is really useful, especially when you've just made a purchase and want to track it step by step. Because on TEMU, yes, once your order is delivered, everything is shown in detail. But during the delivery, it might take a long time to move from one stage to the next, and you keep waiting and waiting. But it turns out your order is no longer in this stage here. It's actually already in this next stage, and that's what the other pages I showed you are for. So I recommend that you go in, check, see where your order is, and that way you'll be able to know exactly when it will arrive or if it has already reached your address.